guys, I'm Sheena from thesportsreportgirl.com here with In the Crease, a weekly recap of the top stories from the National Hockey League. So, after an incredible first round that culminated in a doubleheader of Game 7s last Tuesday night, the push for Lord Stanley's Cup moves on to round 2. Not that anyone is counting, but yours truly here went 7 for 8 in the opening round. My only misstep was picking the Sharks over the Ducks, just like everyone else did, except for Barry Melrose. Kudos to you, Barry. But the other 7 series I nailed, including my upset special, Carolina over New Jersey. And in case you missed it, the Hurricanes beat the Devils in the final seconds of Game 7. But really, I don't want to brag, at least not until the conference finals. And since this round is already underway, we better get started. The premier series of the semifinals, and frankly, the entire Stanley Cup Playoffs, is the dream matchup of the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Washington Capitals. Commissioner Bettman and all his cronies in the league offices are surely wetting themselves over the excitement of it all. With the star power of Crosby, Ovechkin, and Malkin all in the same series, it's honestly a shame this couldn't have somehow come in the next round. As for my breakdown and prediction, this was the toughest one to pick. So, for that reason, I'm going to come back to it in a bit. The other series in the East pits the scrappy Hurricanes against the fast and furious Bruins. Originally, my gut told me to go with the Hurricanes, primarily because the Bruins hadn't been tested in the opening round. That, paired with Carolina's never-say-die attitude, had me staying on their bandwagon. But after the beatdown the Bruins put on the Canes in Game 1, I started to think better of my assessment. Nevertheless, I'm sticking with my gut. SRG is taking the Hurricanes in 7. Out west, we have the Canucks and Blackhawks in what I expect to be an incredibly exciting series. As of this taping, the series is tied at 1 game apiece. Though Chicago has several lines of talented scorers, the fact remains they're young. And in my opinion, too young. Vancouver is a team of mature players that have found their stride at the right time. On top of that, Luongo may be the best goalie still alive in the playoffs. SRG is taking the Canucks in 6. The other series in the Western Conference features the last 2 teams to win the Stanley Cup. The Red Wings and the Ducks know each other well, and though depth can be found on each squad, there just seems to be a bit more of it in Detroit. Despite the questions surrounding their goalie, Chris has been pretty darn Osgood in the playoffs. For that reason, SRG is taking the Red Wings in 7. Well, I don't suppose I can stall any longer. Crosby and Malkin against Ovechkin and Semin. This series should be one we're talking about for years to come. Both teams have incredible firepower, which to me is a wash. So that leaves the netminders. And though Varlamov has been fantastic, I'm not sure he's experienced enough to take the Capitals much further in the playoffs. Marc-Andre Fleury showed what he was capable of last year, and though Pittsburgh is down 1 game, SRG is taking the Penguins in 7. Okay, guys, that is it for this edition of In the Crease, but don't forget to leave your comments. I'm sure many of you disagree with my picks, so go ahead and let me have it. And if you like the show, be sure to subscribe and tell a friend. See you back here for round 3. Until then, bye-bye.